Good afternoon and welcome to a windy, blustery Boundary Park here at Oldham for this vitally important Round 11 Betfred Championship clash between Oldham RLFC and Halifax Panthers, with Halifax looking to get back to winning ways after losing 3 of the last 4 games. Crucially, the week off last week to give some aching bones a rest. But Kyle Eastman has made a few changes. 3 debutants in the side today. And let's go through the Panthers team first and foremost. Luigi Freire keeps his place at fullback, wearing 2 points of a career total 1,000 points, which is a marvellous achievement for the French international. Ben Tibbs wears 2 on one wing, and Alfie Johnson wearing 21, making his debut for the Panthers on loan from Warrington. And then Brad Graham keeps his place at centre. And another new signing, 23, Mark Nofaluma, West Tigers all-time record try scorer, makes his debut for the Panthers today. A familiar half-back partnership of 6 James Burnall and 7 Jack Hansen, 11 Owen McCarron and 16 Ronan Dixon at props, with Adam O'Brien at 9. Zach McComb 19, Adam Tangatar 12 at second row, with Jacob Fairbank locking the scrum at loose forward. Then on the bench, 14 Tom Inman, 15 Connor Davies, 17 Will Calcott, and the third and final debutant is big Maxime Job, wearing 22, played alongside Mark Nofaluma. At West Tigers. Sorry, this team sheet says Mark Nofaluma. It's David Nofaluma, isn't it? Right. I thought I was saying it weird. My mistake. Big Dave Nofaluma. And let's go through to the Oldham side. Plenty of familiar faces for Halifax fans, old and new, in the Oldham 17. And to make you feel old, ex-Halifax player QLT, Quentin Lower Tonga guy's son, Phoenix PLT, as fullback, wearing 31. 5 Mogoro and 39 Matthew Pons, featuring for Fax a few times last season, the Frenchman. He wears 39. Riley Dean, an Halifax lad, wearing 7 but lining up at centre today for Oldham. When Ben Davies, fresh move from St Helens, wearing 38. Danny Craven wearing 6. Perennial nemesis of Halifax in times gone by. An ex-Halifax player as well, of course, wearing 6. And Josh Drinkwater wearing 23. As the Halifax players make their way onto the field, led by Adam O'Brien, I'll go through the rest of the Oldham team. 30 George Hurst at prop alongside Jay Chappellau wearing 15. Bailey Aldridge wearing 14. Experienced campaigner Matty Ashurst wearing 11, with ex-Panther Ryan Lannon at 37, the other second row. And 13 Adam Milner locking the scrum. 40 Elwar Pelissier on the bench for Oldham, recent signing. 19 Ted Chappellau, another ex-Halifax player of Old Lake, Gil Dudson, and Zane Musgrove. No number on this team sheet, but maybe he'll have one as the game goes along. 18th man Logan Astley for Oldham, and Charlie Graham for Halifax for Kyle Eastman's men, as both the sides come out. Oldham in the home shape of mainly white with red piping, and Halifax in all black with gold lettering, but most importantly today, all wearing blue and white bands in memory of the wonderful Hilda Hardy, who so sadly passed away this week. Hopefully this one's for you, Hilda, as both players and fans alike paying tribute to Hilda Hardy this afternoon, and there will be a minute's applause before the game as Rugby League family joined together to pay tribute for not just a wonderful Halifax lady, not just a wonderful Rugby League lady, but just a wonderful lady.
to have health condolences to his family and friends, and what will be deeply felt across the Philly community. But her legacy, her kindness, and her unwavering love for Halifax and the game of rugby league will never be forgotten. If you are able to, please stand to show your appreciation through the minutes of applause that will begin and end on the referee's.
A wonderful tribute to a wonderful woman. Let's do this for her today. And the boys in black with blue and white tape will be receiving the kick-off. The Panthers playing from left to right, as you'll see on the feed, with Josh Drinkwater to get us underway. Hanging in the breeze, collected though by James Woodburn Hall. Put down by 3 Oldham defenders, 15 metres out from his own line. O'Brien finds Tangata, goes towards that left channel, put down by his ex-teammate Ryan Lannon alongside Craven. Here's McCarron, first carry for him. Does well, despite the attention of 3 Oldham defenders. Here's Fairbank. Stopped just shy of the 40 by the hooker Bailey Aldridge. Here's Dixon, first carry for him. Good carry there, but Oldham putting down. 5 minutes shy of halfway. Last one for the Panthers. Goes to Dufresne. Dufresne kicks far too deep. He got too much on that. This one trickles over dead for a 7 tackle set for Oldham. Poor end to set there from the Panthers. Thinking must have caught the wind. The wind is blustery, spiralling, but from the trees in the background, it's definitely at the backs of the Halifax players. Good Oldham. Through Agoro, powering upfield. Here's Lannon. Well dealt with by his ex-teammates. Fairbank and Tangata, helped out by Brad Graham. Just past halfway. Scrappy play the ball, but Lynn allows it. Craven steps out, challenging Dixon. But luckily, McCarron's there. Save his graces. Aldridge jumps out from dummy half. Steals 10 metres. Oldham 25 metres out from the fast line. Here's Drinkwater, takes the line, short ball to Lashurst. Good tackle coming in from Zach McComb and Jack Hansen. Last tackle for Oldham, 15 metres out. They go blind. Drinkwater, she's done back on the inside. Step back on the inside, and it's a soft try. Ben Davies. Step back on the inside. I think it was Zach McComb who went through, and that's just too soft defending there. And Oldham go 80 metres upfield to score the first points this afternoon. Just over 2 minutes on the clock, and Oldham go 4-0 up. Too soft. Drinkwater got the ball, shooting on the inside. gave the ball Davies on the angle, and he powered through some really soft Halifax defending to score. 10 metres in from touch on this near side. And it'll be the provider, Josh Drinkwater, who will look to turn this 4 into 6. And they've got a fair few goal kickers in the ranks of Oldham. Drinkwater it is, he'll guide the ball through the posts. Perfectly so, judged the wing to perfection. And just over 3 minutes gone. It's Oldham RLFC 6, Halifax Panthers 0. It all came from that poor true free kick, allowing Oldham that 7 tackle set. True free kicks off again. Pons collects. That's good defence for Halifax, pushing the Oldham man back towards his line. Here's PLT, trying to step out of McComb. That's better defence there from the second row. We're helped out by Tibbs. As Oldham trying to get out of their own territory here. Here's Chappellow. Jay Chappellow it is. Put down by Fairbank. Quick play the ball, Ashurst takes on Hansen, pushes him off, but McComb comes in alongside Fairbank to put him down on his back, 30 metres from his own line. They go blind again. Here's PLT. Sets back on the inside. Good tackle there from Hansen's ex-teammate. Last tackle. Drinkwater kicks from halfway. Not much depth to it. First touch for Alfie Johnston, does well. Under pressure there from Oldham, but he collects well. And Fax will start to set off 20 metres out from their own line. Here's Graham. The wall of red and white in front of him. Very quick off the line, this Oldham defence. There's O'Brien, goes blind. Tangata taking on Dean on that right centre, but Dean does well, helps out by Craven on that side. Here's Woodburn Hall. Throws a dummy because the Oldham defence was too quick up. Good play for Woodburn Hall. Gets just over the 40 metre line. O'Brien, short ball to McCarron, and McCarron, footwork at the line, will take Halifax. Up to halfway, last tackle here. We'll see a change of tactic. He goes back to Hansen this time. Hansen puts it high. One for Pons to take. Pons takes on the full. Was a decent chase from the Panthers. Oh, brilliant hit from McCarron. That's one for his 2025 collection for sure. And maybe that's the fire that Halifax needed. Fairbank with the tackle once more. Here's Dean. Unfamiliar role for the Halifax-born half-back in that right centre, but Graham does well. Drinkwater goes across the line, just drops off for Chappellow. Great tackle down low by Fairbank. Quick play the ball low as PLT challenging to the line, but good defence from O'Brien and Dixon. Puts him down 5 metres shy of halfway. Last one for the Roughheads. Drinkwater puts it high once more. Jufrey comes forward to collect and does confidently so. Brilliant confidence builder there from Jufrey. Had to travel a long way to get to it and did well. As Halifax mean business now. Johnson takes us to halfway. O'Brien and Hansen clapping their hands on it quickly. Here's Hansen. Short ball to Fairbank, and Fairbank takes on that Oldham defence, but they stand him up and push him back a few metres. O'Brien waits a dummy half. Goes back on the inside to Dixon. Dixon trundles the ball up. Does some good yards there. Dixon still going. Past the 30 metre line. Great run there from Ronan Dixon. Oh, O'Brien going to Jufrey on this blind side. Jufrey, good tackle coming in from Drinkwater. Ashurst had to be. Last one. McComb goes to Hansen. Crossfield kick. Looking for Graham and Johnson. Agoro spills, but he spills backwards and collects. But a decent Halifax set there as Oldham 2 metres out from their own line. Just got to keep squeaky clean here, Halifax. Here's Lannon. Good run there from the ex-Halifax Panther, a relieving run. Put down by Graham, 12 metres out from his own line. Good shot again from McCarron, filled in by Tangata once more. Much better defence here from Halifax. It's Oldham on their own 20. Here's Craven, shows and goes, finds Drinkwater, out the back to PLT. Further on to Davies, Davies sets back on the inside. Well tackled there by Hanson and McComb. Last one for Oldham. Not even out their own 40. Goes back to Drinkwater, no pressure on him at all. Swirl in the wind. Johnson again, confidently takes. Does well, a few good touches for Johnson so far. Halifax will start the set on the 40 metre line. Dufresne, long ball to Graham. Graham gets the ball back to Dufresne. Nice interplay. Dufresne, broken field ahead of him. Will go past halfway. This is nice. Dufresne gets wins a 6 again for his side as well. 6 more tackles for Halifax as Fairbank will take the ball inside Oldham's 40. O'Brien waits at dummy half. Goes centre field to Hanson. Hanson out the back to a Bernal. Throws a dummy. Tries to go through the gap. The door closes. Halifax are 20 metres out from the line. Centre field. O'Brien shimmies right and goes left. Finds Dufresne. Dufresne takes the line. Long ball to Graham. Graham tries to go on the inside. Oh, passes back to the Oldham man. Did he hear a call then? Regardless, Oldham get the hands on the ball. And the chance has gone for Halifax, but encouraging sides. Halifax just feeling the way into this game. And again, quick up in defence as Ogoro. Big hit there from McCarron once more. With Oldham barely out their own 20. Big hit coming in from McComb on Chapelau along with Dixon. Centre field, Drinkwater, short ball to Hurst this time. Just shy of halfway. Last one for Oldham. Goes to Drinkwater. Pressure on him from O'Brien this time. The ball swirling in the wind. Taken by Nofaluma. Hands on to Tibbs. And Tibbs, can he get on the outside? He can. But he's just put down short by Matthew Pons. Good first touch there for Nofaluma. As McComb takes Halifax past halfway, here's Hanson, drops off for McCarron. McCarron put down quick enough by the home defence. O'Brien finds Hanson, short ball to Tangata, comes back on the inside. Halifax just inside Oldham's 30. Centre field, here's McCarron, short ball line to Dixon. Possibly a little bit too early, but Dixon put down 15 metres on the Oldham line. Last one for the Panthers. They stack it on this near side. Hanson dinks over the top, looking for the chase of Tibbs. Collected by PLT, just inside the field of play. Dives and dives down. Nearly a voluntary tackle with the referee, Matty Lynn. Says not, but brilliant chase there as Pons put down by Fairbank. And again, Oldham trapped deep in their own territory as Riley Dean. This time put down by Graham. And will burn all on his 10 metre line. Here's Ogoro. Sets back on the inside and Graham will burn all once more. Tackle at marker. Here's Ogoro. Not even at their own 20 metre line. Here's Davies. Put down by Dixon O'Brien. 25 metres out from his line. Brilliant defensive set from Halifax. And Drinkwater. He's caught in the wind and Dufresne lets it bounce a couple of times. They say this wind is definitely behind Halifax's back. And it's just hanging in the wind every time. But Dufresne ultimately does well to claim possession. Here's Tibbs. Gets brought down just shy of his own 40. Here's Hanson. Finds Johnson. Oh, the slip there, but the referee gives the high tackle. See, that's harsh for me. He slipped on the surface. And what's the Oldham man supposed to do there, really? But we'll take it. First penalty of the game goes away. The Panthers. It's a relieving one as Dufresne kicks from his 40. And Halifax will start to set off 30 metres out from Oldham's line. Nofaluma it is. Taps and goes himself. Goes back on the inside. Oh, he's lost the ball, Nofaluma. Oh. It's one of those where the Oldham man went to steal it, but his ball security, and Nofaluma will learn his lesson from that one. Play goes on, and Chapelau, Davies playing for the penalty. Referee not to be kidded as Dixon comes in, brilliant shot on George Hurst. That's like the Dixon we've seen on this season. Craven, short ball to Lannan. Put down by Woodburn Hall and Tangata. They go blind again. Aldridge to PLT, tries to go on the outside of O'Brien. Gets the ball back away to Dean, back on the inside to Craven. Craven shows it. Oh, and Aldridge just throwing it wildly, Hail Mary, but there's always a player there. Here's PLT. Gets brought down 25 metres out for the fast line. Here's Craven, showing and going again. Hands it off to Hurst again. Hurst put down by Dixon and McCarran. Last tag for Oldham, 20 metres out, centre field. They come to this left stand side again. Drinkwater out the back to PLT. Further on to Davies. Davies forward to Pons, and Pons will charge over. And it's another soft try for the Oldham side. The target in Halifax is right. And second time they've got joy. This time, Matthew Pons powering over the challenge of Louis Jouffre. And for the second game in succession, it's an ex-Halifax player who's coming to haunt Halifax. 14 minutes gone. After some brief Halifax resistance, Oldham go 10 points up with a kick to come. And Drinkwater and Davies are on a field day on this left-hand side for Oldham. Halifax is right. This time Drinkwater's conversion attempt is right tight on this near side touchline. Just under 25 metres out of the line, but tight on this touchline. Can he judge the wind again? He's taking his run up again. I don't know what's happened there. Referee stops the clock. See, if that was in Union, they'd have had to have kicked it, but therein lies one of the differences between the two codes. With Drinkwater, the second attempt, kicks it there. He's going to drift over the post. It is. What a kick that is. Josh Drinkwater. Two brilliant kicks from the touchline, and Oldham are 12-0 up. The first quarter of an hour. As I say, Halifax had 10 or so minutes of a good response, but Oldham have been in R20 twice and come away with points. Concerning times for Carl Eastman. Due for the kick off again, and Oldham have, there's two men going for the same ball, nearly stepped out dead, but they've come out of it all right. I think it was Pons, a try scorer, who's come out with it. That's Hurst. Attracts another big hit from Owen McCarran. Helped out by Dixon. Here's Chapelau. O'Brien missed the big hit. But lucky Dixon was there. They're all getting a bit of a roll on here. Here's Drinkwater. Throws a dummy. Tries to get a clutch to Hanson. Hanson as well. Slides down. But it's another quick play of the ball. Oldham just shifting up the gears here as PLT jumps out from dummy half. 5 minutes inside the Panthers half. Last one. If McComb gets out of the way, he does. Goes back to Drinkwater, and Drinkwater will just grub the ball towards the touchline, and Jouffre will let it go. As Josh Drinkwater's just got this game round his little finger at the moment. As Ronan Dixon makes way for Maxime Job to make his debut. We'll receive Fairbank going to the front row. Will Job, big unit he is, going to the front row. Good carry from Johnson from the play of the ball. Here's Brad Graham, tries to bump off Craven, but reinforcements arrive to push him back towards his own 20-metre line. O'Brien finds Hansen onto Fairbank, and Fairbank attracts 3 Oldham defenders who eventually put him down just shy of the 30-metre line, centre field. O'Brien finds Job. Good yards after contact, still going Job, nice. Made about 7-8 metres after contact there, Job, towards the halfway line. O'Brien, centre field to McCarran. Takes it past the halfway, decent yards. Last one for Halifax. Just shy of Oldham's 40, goes back to Hansen. Hansen puts it high. Nuffaluma and Tibbs to chase. Collected by Pons. And Nuffaluma makes a tackle. 12 metres out from his own line. Here's Davies. Oh, and McComb's got friendly fire. Clash of heads with his own man. I think he's alright. Physio straight on. You can hear the contact from up here. As referee is going to stop the clock. I think there's blood gushing from a wound there. And so there were 2 Halifax men going in for the tackle, and McComb's head smashed against his teammates. Physio and doctor on. Luckily, I don't think it's going to be an HIA. It's just a cut that needs patching up, but he may well need to go for stitches, or does just need taping up. I think he just needs taping up. Nick Taylor, physio, knows what he's doing. And quite right, the referee stopped the game to allow McComb to get his treatment. And it just allows both sides, but especially Halifax, to get the messages on. Jeremy Coleman, one of the assistant coaches, having some animated words with Hansen and Nuffaloom on his right hand side. Now he's making his way over to Brad Graham as well. There's Zach McComb, just about finished getting his new head accessory fitted. Won't spoil any looks, that's for sure. And play will start again with Morgoro playing his ball 25 metres out from his own line. Here's Drinkwater out the back to Craven. Brings on line on the angle, but good shot there from Joe. Belt out by O'Brien and Tangata. Here's Drinkwater out the back to Craven. Third on to PLT. Charges the ball at Hansen. Hansen does well. Helped out by McComb. Hansen looking for a knock on, but referee not giving it. Last one for Oldham. On halfway, Drinkwater adds on to Craven, and Craven again will just grubble the ball towards the corner. Dufresne collects. There's a wall of red and white in front of him. As Dufresne running backwards at the moment, eventually put down by George Hurst. 9 metres out for his own line. Here's Tibbs running it hard and straight. Good yards there from Tibbs, up toward the 20-metre line. O'Brien finds Job. Great run there from Job, still going, brilliant run. Good 15 metres from that carry. O'Brien finds Tibbs again. Halifax is going route 1, getting out of danger as Tibbs will play the ball just shy of halfway, centre field. O'Brien finds Fairbank, throws a dummy at the line, not fooling Hurst, but good yards after contact there. Last tackle for Halifax on Oldham's 40. Here's Hansen, puts it high. McComb and Nuffaloom chasing, collected by Pons on the fly. Gets out of one challenge with Nuffaluma, but Tibbs does well. Here's Davies. Oldham crying out for a penalty. Halifax just got to stay squeaky clean here. Here's Agoro. Big shot there from Job. Up top with Fairbank finishing off down low. Oldham attacking the blind side again. Ashurst. Great tackle down low by Hansen. Finished off up top by Nofaluma. As Oldham struggling to get out their own 30 here. Jay Chapelau. Put down by Job. And McComb, last one for Oldham. It goes back to Craven again. Grubbering it towards the touchline. And he'll go just shy of 40. Oldham again, just not forcing anything. 12-0 up there, happy with their lot so far. Playing the territory, playing the possession. And Halifax have to play the ball on the 20-metre line, centre field. Well, just over the 20-metre line. Here's Tangata again, up this Oldham defensive line up very, very quickly. Didn't know Drinkwater was so quick. Oh, Matt Milner was so quick. Here's Bernal does well. Here's Joe, throw the dummy. Had some really nice touches so far. Maxime Job off the bench, he's still going past the 40. Brilliant run from Job. As Will Calcott comes onto the field for Owen McCarron. O'Brien finds Hansen. Takes to the line, out back to Dufresne. Brilliant shot there, it's high. From Ben Davies. Now, is that a card? Certainly came in with force. Let's use all the buzzwords. Plenty of force was the mitigation. The referee stopping the clock just to make sure that Dufresne is okay. He is. Now Willie Call, Ben Davies, one of the Oldham try scorers, out for further punishment here. And the referee here on the side of caution, Matilini, who gave out cards of fun against the home game against Bradford last year. What looked like a stone cold sin binning at the very least. Has been lenient. Halifax have 6 tackles in Oldham territory though as Calcott. First touch of the football for him. Will take Halifax up towards Oldham 20. Quick play the ball. O'Brien jumps down from dummy half. Gets the offload away. Here's with Bernal. This is exactly where he loves to have the ball. Broken field, 10 metres out. But he's put down by Dean. O'Brien. He goes to the blind side. Here's Tangata. Still going Tangata. Eventually brought down. Less than 5 out. O'Brien finds with Bernal. Showing and going. Lovely disguised ball to Fairbank. Fairbank gets the offload to Calcott. Calcott. Oh, brought down just short by the post. Still tackles here for Halifax. They're stacking this right hand side. O'Brien finds Hansen. Short ball to McComb. McComb. Oh, vital tackle there from Drinkwater. Last one for Halifax. 5 metres out. Dufresne finds Hansen. Gumazi comes off an Oldham man. He's 6 to go for Halifax. He's 6 to go. Tangata finds Graham. Goes back on the inside. Still going Brad Graham. He goes back on the inside. The ball goes out. Why didn't the message get on from the Halifax teammates? They were back to 1. Halifax is trying to score out wide. I think it was the last tackle still. And Oldham get out of jail there because Halifax, you felt, were just building up some nice pressure on this Oldham line. Meanwhile, Zane Musgrove making his debut for Oldham and gets his first touch of the ball, but his knife was blunted by Zach McComb there. Good defence there from O'Brien alongside Johnson, and it's the first penalty of the game to Oldham. Ironic cheers by the Oldham home support as Job had one too many goals at the Oldham man. As Oldham piggybacks into Halifax's half. Vital moments here. 12 minutes to go in this first half. Oldham 12-0 up. Halifax have just got to keep them out now. As Musgrove, second carry of the ball. Here's Chapelau. The other Chapelau now. Ted will take Oldham towards the 20. Goes centre field. Drinkwater, out the back to Craven. Short ball. And it's Ryan Lannon going to go over. And how much he'll love that, Ryan Lannon. Not once, but twice this time. Ex-Halifax players have come back to own Halifax. And that was far too easy. Lannon charged through the gap. He could fit an Oldham bus through. And Oldham goes 16-0 up with a kick to come. And it just shows how expensive that mistake was from Halifax. Tangata and Brad Graham not realising Halifax had another set of 6. Trying to go for the corner, getting pushed out of touch. And Oldham make their way upfield, winning a penalty. And then making great use of the ball. And as I say, Drinkwater has just got this game on strings at the moment. He's ball back to Craven, and Craven, lovely short ball to allow him to race through the gap. You can see how strong this wind is with the ball blowing off the tee. For the second time, might need someone just to go and hold the ball for him. There's Drinkwater looking to maintain his 100% record with the boots so far today. And the Oldham fans on that side will tell you he has. And Halifax have a Pennine to climb at the moment. As here's another side of the Pennines. So Oldham will lead 18 points to 0 with just under 10 minutes to go in its first half. Dufay with the kick-off again. Collected by Pons. Here's Musgrove. Bounces off Nofaluma, but McComb there to finish off the tackle. Here's Ashurst. Goes towards centre field. Pushed back by O'Brien. Graham and Tangata. As Oldham go right. Lannon stepping back on the inside, but got to Betfred this time by Halifax defenders. Woodburn, Hall, Fairbank and Calcott. Here's Agoro. Just runs it straight and hard. Good shot there. Going in from Tangata and Calcott. Here's PLT. Oldham fans calling for a penalty. Unforthcoming for the referee. Last one for Oldham. Goes back to Milner this time. And Milner as good. The pass near enough to Dufay, who catches on the full just about. But look at that defensive chase there from Oldham. Brilliant. As Adam O'Brien leads the field, replaced by Tom Inman. Here's Johnson. Good run there from Johnson, but well put down by Milner. Inman goes left to Brad Graham. Eventually put down by Musgrove and Aldridge. Here's Tangata. Footwork at the line, but the Oldham defence do well to put him down. 5 shy of halfway. Inman, short ball to Fairbank. Got on to Calcott. Calcott nicely half through a gap. Last one for the Panthers. It goes back to Hansen. Hansen puts it high. Not too deep, but it allows Tibbs and Offaluma to chase. Pons collects on the fall, but Tibbs is there to put him down straight away. Here's Davies, who really should be off the field for that high shot. Here's Agoro. Halifax piling numbers into these tackles now. 4 involved in that one. Drinkwater finds Musgrove. Big charge on there. Good tackle down low from Tangata. Pelissier jumps out from dummy half. Takes on Inman, but Inman does well. Helped out by Calcott. Last one for Oldham. 5 metres inside Halifax's half. And again, Craven will just grubber it downfield. Collected by Dufresne. But again, just simple rugby league. Just kick well, chase hard. And Oldham are just easily winning this territory battle right now. Forced Halifax to use all their effort to get out of danger. Here's Nofaluma. Only second carry of the game is pushed back by Drinkwater and Ashurst. Inman finds Hansen. On to Job. But it's gone so far backwards. Halifax have lost 15 metres here from that. That's just dumb rugby league. Here's Woodburn Hall, trying to recover some of those lost yardage. He does well. Last one for Fax. Barely 25 metres out of their own line as Dufresne just hammers it downfield. Just looking for any sort of territory. Pons collects on the full. It's a decent enough chase. Good shot there from Fairbank. But Oldham will start off 25 metres out from their own line as PLT jumps out from dummy half. Tries to bump off the flume, which he does, gets the offload away. And Davies put down. Referee stops the clock. I'm not too sure why. Although it's Inman, it's got some claret on his face. And Halifax are bleeding. Not just bleeding points, they're bleeding from their heads at the moment. As this Oldham side are wounding the Panthers right now in more ways than one. Well, that's physio on Nick Taylor certainly in his ways today. All the strapping, I need to order some more. Inman's all patched up now. And Oldham will play the ball on the halfway line. Here's Musgrove. That ball on knife edge just then, where he manages to keep hold. Eventually stopped progress there by Calcott. Here's Drinkwater. Now they're back to Craven. Short ball to Ashurst. Good tackle down low from Fairbank. It's Oldham, less than just over 20 metres away. Absolute farce to play the ball, but get away with it. Pelissier goes crossfield to Musgrove. Bumps off Tangata. Still going Musgrove. Big hit through Calcott. West put down, less than on the 20 metre line. Last tackle for Oldham to go right. Craven onto PLT, long ball out to Agoro. He goes over the top, and that's the first real error in possession that Oldham have had. Just come up to 2 minutes to go on Halifax. They'll have a play the ball on their own 20-metre line. Can we nick one just before half time? Here's Hansen onto McComb. Not with his home defence the way it is. McComb gets pushed backwards 2-3 metres in contact. Here's Calcott. Takes on Musgrove and Dudson. And he gets put down just outside his own 20. Here's Job. High tackle again, it looked like, the referee ruling not. Inman looking for a 40-20, kicking in a tackle count. Lovely kick, Tom Inman, what a 40-20! Brilliant kick from Tom Inman! And is that the moment Halifax could get back into this game? Inspired kick from dummy half from Tom Inman. It's a near enough a 30-10. A minute and 10 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Hansen. On to McComb. McComb put down 8 metres from the Oldham line. Inman, short ball to Calcott, going towards centre field. Put down by Pelissier and Chapelau. Here's Inman from dummy half. Finds Hansen, short ball to Tangata. Tangata comes just over the line. Oh, last-ditch tackle from Lannon, I think it was. Inman, long ball to Hansen. Back on the inside to Fairbank. Further on to Inman again. Finds Jufre. Jufre kicks through. Looking for Nofaluma, but Nofaluma's guided off the ball by the Oldham man. And PLT picks up. Wrong option there from Halifax. Should have kept it in hands. And with 15 seconds to go in this first half, Oldham will keep the lead and they'll win a penalty as well. Halifax have had chances, but poor execution, poor choices, and a lack of composure just meant that they're nowhere near right now. As Oldham through Drinkwater will kick the ball to halfway. What a kick that is. The clock's tick past 40 minutes on the clock inside the ground here, and Oldham still going. Halifax have just got to keep them out now. Got no idea how much is left here. There's Chapelau. Big contact there from Fairbank and Calcott. Pelissier jumps out and dummy half. Pelissier fools everyone by that little stutter and style. Latrell Mitchell style there. Here's Lannon jumping out from dummy half. Looking for his second try within 5 metres of the line. Options left and right here for Pelissier. Goes right. Jumping out of the line. Important tackle there from Woodburn Hall. Last tackle here for Oldham. They're stacking it on this left hand side. Goes back to Drinkwater. Goes it through. Oh, he's knocked on and Oldham are going to score. Oh, that's just shocking. Oh, the referees stopped the clock. There's no video ref here, of course. The touch judge on the far side hasn't crossed the corner flag. And it is a try. And that could well be the killer blow. And right on half time is Ted Chapelau. Who scores a try. I couldn't see which Halifax player dropped it. It was a lovely kick from Drinkwater, grubbed through. Halifax man tried to gather it in, but lost the ball straight into Ted Chapelau's hands. Looks like he'll lose you free, the guilty party. And right on half time, Oldham scored the fourth try to go in at 24-0 up, and again Halifax looking like to build up to a try-scoring position. I've let Oldham come back to the other end to score, and Drinkwater just beside the posts will turn the 4 into 6. And Halifax haven't scored a try, haven't scored a point in over 100 minutes of rugby now. Dufresne once more with a deep kick. Pons collects. Here's Musgrove off the back fence. Well dealt with by McCorb and Calcott. Here's PLT. Oldham sensing Moria. Here's Agoro. Makes some decent yard after contact, Agoro. And say Oldham are fancying it here. Pelissier, short ball to Lannon. And Lannon will make yards after contact towards halfway. Slow, play the ball. Eventually Pelissier jumps out, finds PLT. Important tackle coming in from Woodburn Hall. There's Oldham, 10 metres inside Halifax's half. Last tackle here. Pelissier will just grubber it into touch from dummy half. "44 minutes it stayed inside the stadium here. Halifax have a play the ball at their own 20. Tibbs trying to get out. There lies the difference between the two sides here. Halifax, apart from a couple of sets, about quarter of an hour in, they've just not been allowed room to move in their exit sets. It's all in defence. As keen as mustard to get up. There's Pelissier jumping up on Calcott. Quick play the ball off from Calcott. Inman jumps out. Here's Woodburn Hall. Throws the dummy, but it's put down by Dudson and Lannon. Just over halfway. Here's Hansen. Finds Job. And Job stopped by 3 Oldham men. Just over halfway. Last one for the Panthers. Goes to Hansen. Hansen puts it high with pressure from Chapelau. Woodburn Hall chasing this. But it's well taken there by PLT at the back. Here's Dean. Great tackle there from Woodburn Hall. As the half-time hooter finally goes. We have 40 minutes to forget for Halifax Panthers. It's just been, well, I would say it's all been one-way traffic, but it hasn't. Halifax have had plenty of chances, but they've been architects of their own downfall for quite a lot of it. Ben Davies charged over after 2 minutes, softly on Halifax's right-hand side. Brief fight back for Halifax, but then Matthew Pons went over on the left-hand side at 14 minutes. Ryan Lannon charged to a gaping hole on Oldham's right after 28 minutes. And again, Halifax had chances, but poor execution, poor composure, and gifting Oldham upfield with crucially timed penalties when the Oldham had enough to go over for a 4th try in that first half through Ted Chapelau after a poor error from Louis Dufresne in his own line. Perfect afternoon of the boot so far from Josh Drinkwater, who's had this game on strings. An half-time score here at Boundary Park is Oldham 24, Halifax 0. Welcome back to the second half here at Boundary Park. There's a massive boundary between the two sides. Here as Oldham have a much deserved 24-0 lead over the Halifax Panthers here at half time. But Halifax, in some respects, have been architects of their own downfall. Wasted opportunities, lacking composure at critical times, and Oldham have been clinical, absolutely clinical. With Josh Drinkwater just running this game. With his stopping, they've got Craven, they've got PLT, they've got lots of strike weapons, but so have Halifax have been seen at the start of the season. They need to rediscover that form in the next 40 minutes. Otherwise, after shooting out of the blocks. With 6 wins on the bounce, Halifax has lost 4 out of the last 5 games. Jufrey gets back underway, a drilled kick-off. Well controlled by PLT, hands on to Musgrove, who nearly slices through the defence there. But well tackled by Woodburn Hall, who's been one of Halifax's better performers so far. He's involved in the tackle again alongside Tibbs and Calcott. Pelissier goes blind. Ashurst, great tackle coming in from, I think, Woodburn Hall again. Here's Drinkwater, hands it on to Dodson, and Dodson will charge it up. Brought down by McComb and Calcott this time. Pelissier from dummy half. Bumps off McComb at marker. Still going Pelissier. Diminutive little hooker, all the experience in the world. Takes Oldham past halfway. Last tackle. Goes back to Drinkwater. No pressure on him whatsoever. He's just gone straight through Tibbs' hands. And Oldham have another set of 6 on Halifax's line. 10 metres out, Dodson. Brought down by 3 Fax defenders. And is he just delaying the inevitable here? As Oldham stacking this right hand side. Musgrove, no number on his back, but plenty of aggression towards that line. Put down by Calcott. Pelissier dummy half. Fires it to Drinkwater. Here's PLT. Short ball to Davies, but great tackle coming in from McComb. Pelissier comes centre field to Drinkwater. Shows and goes up back to Craven. Craven dummies. Goes to Riley Dean. Riley Dean's got that on. Through brilliant pressure there from Brad Graham. No advantage coming. And Brad Graham with such an important tackle there on Riley Dean. And Halifax will have first touch of the ball. Well, I'm not going to trust this clock, because this clock is saying 47 minutes. There's definitely not been 7 minutes playing this second half. Here's Tibbs, manages to capture it this time. Makes good yards up towards the 20. Quick play the ball too. Inman jumps out from dummy half. Steals 10-12 yards. Halifax players asking for offside but not getting it. Hansen goes blind to McComb. McComb dominating the tackle by 2-3 Ulm defenders led by Matty Ashurst. Here's Hansen. Finds Calcott. Good yards there. Gets the offload away. Dixon jumps on it there. Panicky offload there from Calcott and Dixon. Under the pain barrier. Here's Woodburn Hall. Pressured there from Riley Dean. As Halifax's attack is just too slow at the moment. Too pedestrian. Last tackle. Inman goes blind to Jufrey. And Jufrey will just kick towards a corner. Collected by PLT. Good chase from Graham. Great tackle there. That's better from Halifax. Bit more simple rugby. Taking a leaf out of Oldham's book as Agoro. Well marshalled down from Graham again. Finished off by Fairbank. Here's Pons. Good tackle coming in there for Nofaluma down low. Finished off by Danson up top. But quick play the ball. PLT spies something on the left hand side. Throws a dummy, but great tackle from Nofaluma. Had to be, because PLT fancied it on that left hand side. Here's Drinkwater. Running backwards but across. Here's Lannon. Takes on Woodburn Hall and Tangata. Manages to push him back a little bit. Last one for Oldham. Goes back to Craven this time. Again, no real pressure on him. He goes deep downfield. That's going to go dead. And that's the first poor kick that Oldham have put in all game. And it's taken up to 5 minutes this second half to do so. And Halifax will have a 7 tackle set for this 20-metre tap. As Tibbs, lifted the tackle. Not beyond the horizontal rule, referee. Inman, she was right and goes left. And Johnson, who's had some good touches, makes the half break. Fighting for a quick play, the ball and gets it. Inman, sure, it's got to be a penalty. Well, Gil Dudson's made no attempt to move there at all. And he's totally old man, this referee. That's all I can say about him. It was clear to everyone in the stadium what Gil Dudson was doing. And Inman's knocked on. As I can't get no satisfactions being played over the tannoy, and Halifax can't get no satisfaction out of his referee at the moment. Well, not just at the moment, every single game we seem to have Matty Lane. And Oldham will have the scrum. 5 metres inside Halifax's half. Pelissier finds PLT. Goes on the outside of Hansen. PLT. Hansen does well to recover. Helped out by McComb. Here's Ashurst. Good tackle coming in from Dixon. Flying down low. Calcott up top. Here's Drinkwater. Drops off for Dudson. Good footwork. Beats Dixon. Calcott brings him down. Still tackles in the bag here for Oldham. 15 metres out from the Halifax line. Drinkwater back on the inside for Chapelhow. Ted Chapelhow it is. Pelissier, short ball to Musgrove. Musgrove hands it back to Chapelhow. Chapelhow fancying it from 10 metres out. Will Halifax defence putting down. Last tackle here. Pelissier points off for Musgrove. Sure, that's a knock on an offside. Sure, he's got to be offside, referee. He's given the knock on, but surely he's got to be offside. The Oldham man was stood about 5 metres in front of him. But no, the referee just rules it's to play the ball. Zimmerman hands on to Nofaluma. Nofaluma still trying to make yards despite 3-4 defenders around him. Inman finds Tibbs. Good defence there from Drinkwater as Connor Davies makes his way onto the field for Jacob Fairbank. Hansen drops it off for Davies. But straight away this home defence right up in his face. Inman finds Upburn sets back on the inside. Still going, but again, this home defence suffocating the life out of this Panthers side. Here's Connor Davies, good yards. Takes Halifax past halfway. Last tackle here for the Panthers. As Inman goes to Jouffre, and Jouffre puts it high. It'll hang in this wind. Pons collects. Bumps off the Halifax defenders. And will play the ball just outside his own 20. Here's Davies. McComb finishing off a tackle. Here's Musgrove, big collision there from Dixon, but it rides it well. Davies and Calcott finish off down low. Pelissier finds Drinkwater, short ball to Ashurst. Ashurst trying to poke his nose through the line. Important tackle there from Nofaluma. Here's Drinkwater playing in a dinner suit. Drinkwater comes off to Chapelhow. 3 fast defenders putting down. Dixon, Davies and Calcott. Last one for Oldham. Just inside Halifax's 30. Goes back to Drinkwater. No pressure on him whatsoever. Jouffre collects. And tries to go down, but they're going to carry him into the in-goal area. And there is the deficiencies of Louis Jouffre as a fullback. Collect the ball, find the floor. But he didn't find the floor, and Oldham just carried him into the in-goal area. It's not Dufresne's fault at all. But unfortunately, it's clear to a lot of people that he's just not a fullback. Dufresne's drop out, hangs the wind, bounces and Pons collects on the fly. Runs across the line looking for a gap. Big shot there from Tangata. Again, as always, one of Halifax's better performances on the day. Scrappy play the ball, referee allows it as Chapelau steals a few metres. Inman and Tangata involved in the tackle again. Here's Drinkwater, onto Craven, PLT, oh we've got a 3-on-2 they can use it, but Hanson does well to recover. Oldham inside Halifax's 10. Here's Craven, stutters and goes, lovely show and go from Craven, still going. Inman with a tackle, he's still going, Craven. Oh, it's just the post protector that stopped him getting over the line there. Big moments here for Halifax. Scrappy play the ball, Pelissier brings on Musgrove. And Musgrove looking for the offload in the tackle, but Halifax wrap him up. Eventually putting down, less than 5 out. Last tackle here for Oldham. Pelissier goes back to Drinkwater. Again, no one on him. He goes towards the in goal. He goes dead. 7 tackle set coming in. And Nofaluma picks the ball up. He wants to go quickly. Is allowed to do so. Nofaluma bumps off one. Manages to get just shy of the 40. Here's Tibbs. As Halifax using the outside back just to make some yards upfield. Musgrove coming in with the tackle. Inman shoots left and goes right to McComb. McComb will find that Oldham's fourth. This is arguably Halifax's best set of the game so far. Inman finds Davies. Bumps off one. Davies still going. Spins the tackle. Still going after contact. And still nearly getting to Oldham's 20 now. Inman shoots left and goes right. Finds Santon. Out the back to Dufresne. But again, slow ball. Here's Tibbs. Steps back on the inside. Oh, he's Tibbs going away. Important tackle in from PLT. Less than 10 metres out from the line. Halifax stacking his left hand side. It goes to Woodburn Hall. Long ball. Oh, it's gone. It's hit the Oldham man, surely. Sure, that's back to one. It's still the last one. Inman throwing the dummy. Oh, he has to hold on to Dixon. Here's Davies. And Halifax are going to be caught in possession here on the last. Desperate Oldham defence. But unfortunately, when Halifax get the chance to spread it, it's like a training ground exercise. It's just too slow. There's no zip. And it's just easy for Oldham to defend. And Oldham through Riley Dean trying to make their way out from the danger area, but Halifax, to their credit, are shooting up quickly in numbers. Only just outside the 10 at the moment. Here's Davies, Ben Davies it is for Oldham, put down by Calcott, just shy of the 20. Pelissier, short to Lannon from the ruck, brought down by Connor Davies and Tangata. Pelissier goes centre field to PLT, spotting a gap in the middle of the field, but Dixon and Calcott close the door. Last one for Oldham, 5 metres shy of halfway. Goes back to Drinkwater again, no pressure whatsoever. As Tibbs waits for the ball, collects comfortably. No real pressure on him. Tries to go outside the Oldham defenders. That's brought down as Ronan Dixon makes his way off the field. For Adam O'Brien. Here's Johnson. Great yards there from Johnson. He's lost the ball, but illegally, says the referee. Halifax win the first penalty of the second half. As Dufresne wastes no time in getting the penalty kicked out. And Halifax will start the set 22 metres out from the Oldham line. Graham taps. Finds O'Brien centre field, further on to Hanson, drops off for Calcott, and Calcott tries to go between two Oldham defenders as he makes his way into the Oldham 20. Centre field, O'Brien goes right to Hanson, out the back to Dufresne, further on to Nofaluma. Nofaluma steps back on the inside, but again, this Oldham defence reads it far too easy. Here's Hanson, further on to Inman. Goes back on the inside to Davies. Great tackle coming in from Polissier. Centre field, option left and right. O'Brien shimmies right and goes left. Woodburn all short balls. Tangata. Brilliant tackle down low. No one in support though. Here's Dufresne. Long ball out to Johnson. Goes on the inside. Oh, what a try! And if there's one player on the Halifax side that deserves that try, it's debutant Alfie Johnson. Brilliant, brilliant try. After 54 minutes. So let's just remember that the clock inside the ground is 5 minutes fast, but most importantly, Alfie Johnson, debut for the club and goes over for a try. And as I say, he's been Halifax's best man with the ball. And fantastic winger's try. He stood up. Matthew Pons on this right hand side. I saw Mo Goro on this right hand side. And dived over at the corner as Fax get the all-important score in this first half. The momentum is so massive in rugby league. Has the pendulum swung? As Dufresne has the ball blown over on the tee. I say brilliant build-up. Adam Tangata, not for the first time, got through, but no support. And Dufresne, to his credit, went blind. Long ball straight to Johnson, and brilliant wing play. And his opposite number on toast. And there's Dufresne, but he's absolutely sliced it. Shocking, shocking kick from Dufresne. Now is that, can we ride this crest of a wave? Is the belief in this Halifax side? Oldham just decided to just turn the screw, just go back to basics and just play the territory, play the percentages. And with that man just about to kick the ball off, Josh Drinkwater, they've got the man to do so. But Oldham going, well, not necessarily short for the kick-off, but not necessarily long either. As Oldham calling for a forward pass there. Thought I was at Odsel for a moment. The referee rules play on, and Tangata's dropped it cold. And the pendulum shifted once again in Oldham's favour. As Adam Tangata, you just do not see that from him normally. As Calcott goes in for a big shot and misses. And concedes the penalty for a high shot. Now will Oldham just, will they go for goal there, or will just carry on? And if Calcott goes here after Ben Davies avoided it in the first half, it's criminal, but the referee for the first time, that shows a modicum of common sense. As Polissier tries tap and go, but the referee ruling that everything must be absolutely fine. Second attempt goes to Musgrove, and Musgrove well tackled down low by Calcott, finished up top by Inman. Polissier finds Chappelau. Oh, he's going to go to Ashurst. Oh, I thought he was going to go over the line. Fantastic tackle from Hansen. Last gap had to be. Here's Chappelau again. Important tackle there from Calcott. Drinkwater, long ball, not for Lumen, the interception. Can he get away? He's handed off to Tibbs, and can Tibbs get away? Tibbs going on the outside, but Pons has got it, and he knocks it on. Why is he trying to pass? And PLT is going to go the length of the field now. Oh, Ben Tibbs, why? Why did he try and offload? Nuffaloom with the interception, didn't have enough in the tank. Brilliant offload to Tibbs, and Tibbs tried to take Pons on the outside. He weren't trying to go, he weren't going out. and just threw the ball backwards straight into the Oldham man. Massive, massive moments here. And Oldham charge on his left hand side again. They've got 3 on 2. PLT. And on to Davies, and Davies has got over, and that's the try. And again, not for the first time in this game, an error from Halifax, capitalised on straight away by Oldham. And Ben Davies gets his second of the game. Halifax may well should have been attacking Oldham's line to get his second try back into this game, but instead it's Oldham that's worked their way up and scored. And it's 28 points to 4 with a kick to come. And Ben Tibbs, if he had his moment again, but it's just systematic of the game so far from Halifax. Poor composure, poor decisions at crucial moments, dumb rugby. And Drinkwater from the far left hand side, run bit against him, not landing this conversion attempt. Drinkwater, oh, he's hit the post, and Halifax had a glimmer of hope. 24 points of difference. 20 minutes to go. $28 points is for the score. Jufrey with the kick-off again. Is that going to go out on the foot? It is. Oh, he's having an absolute nightmare game today, Louis Jufrey, unfortunately. He just caught the wind blowing across the pitch, and it's gone out of the full, and we'll see when it rains its paws. The sun's just come out. The sun's definitely out for Oldham today, with Josh Drinkwater playing a dinner suit. He don't need to clean, don't need to iron, don't need to hang out in the sun. He's just clean as a whistle today, Josh Drinkwater, and his kick takes Oldham to within 20 metres of Halifax's line. He's on the ball again, drops off for Musgrove, and Musgrove bumps off Zach McComb. No, Calcott there to rescue the situation. Here he is again, Drinkwater, short ball to George Hurst, and Hurst gets to within 5. The Halifax line dragged back slightly by Inman and O'Brien. Aldridge goes left, Drinkwater, short ball to Ashurst. Tries to bump off O'Brien, but it comes back for more, held tight by Inman again. Oldham stacking this right hand side. Goes to Drinkwater, long ball to Craven, out the back to PLT, sets back on the inside, but Graham and Woodburn all do well. Oldham within 5 of Halifax line. Drinkwater, short ball to Chapalau. Ted Chapalau it is. Last one for Oldham underneath Halifax's post. Options left and right for Aldridge. He goes left. Drinkwater steps back on the inside. Gets the offload away to Chapalau. And Chapalau bumps off Halifax defenders who just about get to him to stop him going over the line. But Josh Drinkwater, even when there's a bit of pressure put on him, he just steps out. He's just got this game on strings. Just showing all the class and experience. As once more, referee Matty Lynn not allowing anything to stop his perfect restart. as Johnson, not for the first time, with a great carry. O'Brien jumps out from dummy half, but Hurst gets to grips with him alongside Chapelau. Aldridge comes on to make way. In the dummy half, short ball to Davies as Musgrove tries to cut him in two, but Davies rides it well. Blunts a knife there. Hansen onto Dufresne, onto Nofaluma, sets out the challenge for Nofaluma. But Davies does well, Ben Davies for Oldham, that is, to stop his progress. Dufresne finds Hansen, further on to Inman. Oh, slips on the ground, Inman. The crucial moment. Last one for Halifax. Dufresne puts it high as the corner flag's blown out. It was going up towards Pond and he was distracted by the corner flag. Such is the strength of this wind. It's PLT that got the ball and plays it to Agoro. As O'Brien, Woodburn Hall and Graham push him back. Slow play the ball as Agoro fell that tackle as Woodburn Hall. Brilliant shot on Riley Dean. Carries him backwards, dealt out by Tangata. Here's Lannan. Go route one, big collision with Connor Davies and Calcott. Finished off by Calcott. Aldridge finds Drinkwater. Again, nothing on him. Long ball to Davies. Steps inside and out. Last one for Oldham. 5 metres shy of halfway. Goes to Drinkwater. And Drinkwater. There we go. A little bit of pressure on him, but it's still a great kick. As Dufresne tries to break from Barboy again. The Oldham defence. The Oldham defence just trap him up and push him backwards. Referee stopping the game. I'm not sure what for. He stopped the game so that Louis Dufresne. Yeah. He stopped the game so Louis Dufresne can go back less than a minute to play the ball. Again, the referee wants his perfect restarts. Here's Johnson. Fins off one. Here's Tibbs. Jumps out from dummy half. Makes some good yards up towards the 40. We'll play the ball. O'Brien hands up to Calcott. Great tackle down low by Hurst. Quick play the ball though. O'Brien goes blind to Woodburn Hall. Short ball to Graham. Last one for Halifax. 35 metres out from the Oldham line. O'Brien finds Inman. Further on to Hansen. Hansen puts it high. It blows backwards. Collected by Tibbs. Great tackle coming in from Oldham. Nofaluma finds Hansen. Hansen sets back out of the challenge. On to Inman. Halifax could spread it if they want. Here's Inman. Oh, tackle coming in. And they get caught on the last. There's Ryan Lannan. He's had a wow of a game against his former club. Here's Dean. Goes towards centre field. Oldham players wanted a penalty, but referee rules it was on his shoulder from Adam O'Brien. Here's Musgrove. Takes Oldham past the 40. Here's Drinkwater, short ball to Hurst. Well brought down though by Calcott and Davies. Aldridge goes left to Drinkwater. McComb shoots out of the line, trying to put pressure on him. Great tackle coming in from Connor Davies on Ashurst. Aldridge. Drinkwater takes the line, finds Craven onto Lannan, and Lannan will take home towards 25 metres Halifax line. Last one, Aldridge. Looks me forward to Dean, but he runs off. Oh! And Woodburn Hall knocks on. A poor end to the set for Oldham, but they get away with it because Woodburn Hall's knocked on. And Oldham will have the scrum 20 metres out centre field. With around about 10 minutes to go in this game. And time totally against the Halifax Panthers right now. And the fans on the left hand side here, Aldridge from the base of the scrum finds Drinkwater. Davies shows and goes back on the inside. Still going in with 3 Halifax men on his back. Inside the 10, leaving 2 markers on the floor. PLT throws a dummy and he's over. Oh no, he's just short. Is it then inevitable? No, it's Halifax have conceded the penalty. Matty Lane gives the penalty against Luciu Frey for putting his hand round the mark, round the play of the ball to force a knock on. And Oldham have another set of 6 on the Halifax line. Here's Drinkwater, short ball to Musgrove. Musgrove tries to go over the top of Davies, but Davies does well. Aldridge finds Drinkwater onto Craven. Woodburn shoots in and does well. Still on his feet though, Craven. They're pushing him back towards their own line. If that's what they're doing. There's Craven, less than 2 out from the line. Aldridge fires onto Drinkwater. Finds Musgrove. Oh, that gets offload away. And Oldham are in. I think it's Matty Ashurst. Yeah, I think it is Matty Ashurst. And if there was any doubt, that's been totally evaporated there. As Matty Ashurst goes in for Oldham's 6th try of the afternoon. And just crowns off a brilliant day for Oldham, but again an absolute nightmare day for Halifax. And he just makes grim read at the moment. 4 defeats in the last 5, 1 try in the last 3 games. 2 tries in the last 3 games, sorry. And Josh Drinkwater has his most routine conversion attempt of the game so far, which he kicks no problem at all. And it's 34 points to 4 with around about 10 minutes to go here. Could be less as Jacob Fairbank comes onto the field in place of Will Calcott. And again, this referee making sure everything is absolutely fine. And there it is, Adam O'Brien coming in to hold the ball up. When was the last time you ever saw that? As Halifax, 30 points down, decides to go short from the kick-off. Well claimed by Riley Dean though. And is it just too little too late for Halifax to show this kind of urgency? To show a different side? Agoro takes it in, 3 men putting down. Inman down low, Davies and Fairbank up top. Here's Milner, hands it onto Hurst, good footwork, takes him past Inman and into Halifax at half. Davies, O'Brien and Tagata with a tackle. Here's Craven, brings on Lannon on the angle. Put down by his 3 ex-teammates, O'Brien, Woodburn, Hall and Inman. As Oldham 30 metres out from Halifax's line. Craven runs across field, hands on to Drinkwater. Short ball to Asher, sure that's forward. And even the referee, Matty Lynn, saw that was forward. And it must have been forward in that case. see getting so involved in the game now. Matty wants the ball now. And Halifax will have the scrum 25 metres out from their own line. O'Brien, short ball to Woodburn off. Thanks Dufresne on to Graham. Nice little work there from Halifax, but Oldham read it too well because just no zip to it, no real pace. Dufresne goes blind to Tangata. Takes on Craven, but Craven does well. Dufresne dummy half, finds Woodburn off, further on to Inman. Drops off, Fairbank was behind him, he had to readjust, but does well, does Bobby. It's put down just shy of the Oldham 40. And he stays down long there, you don't see that often. O'Brien finds Woodburn Hall, short ball to Tangata, oh great shot there from Danny Craven. Again, you don't see Tangata dominated like that. Here's Inman, tries to go through the gap. Good Oldham defence there. Last one for Halifax. 15 metres out for the Oldham line. The goal left. Dufresne gets caught in possession by Musgrove. And that just sums up not just Louis Dufresne's afternoon, but Halifax's afternoon. Poor execution when it really matters. As Oldham made their way upfield, Adam Milner makes his way upfield, plays the ball on halfway. Aldridge jumps out from dummy half. To the one on the left hand side, he stacked it, but he came back on the inside. PLT at dummy half, finds Drinkwater. As Hirsch just trundles it in, just press the slow motion button. The ball comes loose. And the referee rules a knock on. And Halifax will have a scrum 25 metres out for their own line. And again, the corner flag has found its way up to the 20 metre line. It just doesn't want to stay in its own place. O'Brien finds Nofaluma from the base of the scrum, sets back on the inside. Nofaluma just unceremoniously dumped on his back by Hurst. O'Brien finds Fairbank. Thought about the pass, but thought better of it. It's still going, Fairbank. As Inman is getting brought off for Job, who's just come onto the field. Here's Dufresne. Finds McComb. Good yards there for the second rower. Still going, brilliant yards. As Halifax make their way to Oldham's 30, but play's going to be stopped because the corner flag, let's say, he's 20 metres infield from where it should be. And then knowing this referee, just wanting everything to be perfect. Inman finds Hanson, runs across field out to Woodburn Hall. Just telegraphed so easily by Craven, but does well to Woodburn Hall. Yes, put down just outside Oldham's 20, centre field. O'Brien top of his hands, wanting it quickly. Here's Hanson. Lofted ball to Fairbank, short ball to Tangata, but again, he's just too slow. Too slow. His own defence reads it easily. O'Brien to Hanson. Crossfield kick. Looking for Nofaluma. Oldham knock on, he goes to McComb. Here's Dufresne. Steps out of one challenge. Still going Dufresne. One ball out to Graham. Graham spills it, going back, referee still not wiped the tackle, can I say, he's still about to go on, it's an awful pass to Ashurst. But I thought Oldham, the Oldham man, Matthew Pons, knocked that on, but the referee ruling that it was knocked back by the Halifax man. But again, Halifax's execution just not good enough. Here's Drinkwater, finds Craven, short ball to Lannon, well dealt with by Woodburn Hall, then by Adam O'Brien who took over proceedings. Aldridge shoots inside and goes blind as PLT, well backed up by Woodburn Hall. Last one for Oldham, goes up to Craven. Again, no real pressure on him. Here's Dufresne. Manages to collect. Hands on to Tibbs. And Tibbs put down. He's enough by Hurst, 15 metres out for his own line. Here's Johnson. If there's been one bright spot today for Halifax, it's been Alfie Johnson. Here's Nofaluma, who's come up with some good touches as well. Gets brought down, 5 metres shy of halfway. Here's Fairbank, takes the line, finds Woodburn Hall, throws a dummy. High tackle, looked like it was from Ryan Lannon, his ex-teammate. As Dufresne boots the ball to touch. On to Oldham's 20. Brad Graham taps the ball and goes himself. Can Halifax just get a consolation score here? O'Brien goes blind to Tangata. Still going Tangata. Stopped just short. As Lannon trying all tricks in the book to slowly play the ball down. O'Brien back to Fairbank. Further on to Hanson. Was behind him, so momentum's lost a little bit. So he has to take the tackle. Options left and right for O'Brien. Goes right to Woodburn Hall. But again, the passing good enough. Woodburn Hall manages to get away. Oh! Dancing feed from Woodburn Hall. Far too little too late. But what a brilliant move from James Woodburn Hall. Looked like there was absolutely nothing on. And he just twisted and turned through the Oldham defence. And Halifax get a second try of the afternoon, which Dufresne dropped goals over the goal because the team was too slow getting on. And that is his 1,000th career point in Rugby League. He'd have wished for a much better individual performance on such an occasion. But what an achievement for Louis Dufresne. And Halifax at least make double figures for the game. Arguably one of the tries of the game. You'll see just completely out of nothing, but it's in Woodburn Hall's locker. As Drinkwater with the kick-off goes long, collected by Woodburn Hall, hands on to Davies. He'll take it towards centre field. Stopped by 3 Oldham defenders led by Ashurst. Here's Job, who's run well since coming on here. Some nice touches from Halifax's 3 debutants. Here's Woodburn Hall, short ball to Tangata. Back on the inside. Lacklustre call from a penalty for Halifax, so we're never going to be given. But I think Tangata stayed down. Again, very rarely you see that. Well, given that, well, the referee just rules play on now. Here's Fairbank. Route 1, straight and hard. Just making yards upfield. Gets towards Oldham's 40. Hanson on to Dufresne. He's just read so well by Josh Drinkwater. I think the Oldham sponsor with Matthew Pons, the man of the match. The best player on this pitch is by an absolute country mile has been Josh Drinkwater. As PLT on the last play of the game gets dumped on his back by Adam Tangata. But it's a full-time out. That car comes through enough for Halifax. And unfortunately, we're in the doldrums at the moment. 4 defeats in the last 5 against an Oldham side who had such a bruising cup encounter last week against Bradford. You'd have thought they're the ones who had the week off, but it's Halifax who look the tighter side. But fair play to Oldham, a Josh Drinkwater inspired Oldham. 6 tries for them. Ben Davies with 2 tries, Matthew Pons and Ryan Lannon coming back to haunt their own clubs. Ted Chappell and Matty Ashurst also crossing, with the impressive Alfie Johnson for Halifax, then James Woodburn Hall with a real creative one for consolation for Halifax. Louis Jouffre's conversion brought up his 1,000th point in Rugby League, but I don't think it'll matter too much for him, as Halifax are on the end of a hiding. The final score here at Boundary Park is Oldham RLFC 34, Halifax 10.